and congratulations on your new spa. So today we're going to be going through the freshwater salt system, specifically used with hot spring spas. So first, we are going to talk through the initial setup of your spa, your weekly care, your monthly care, and your yearly care. Okay, so now setting up your spa. First, you have an empty tub in front of you. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your hose and you're going to run it for about 30 seconds just to get any debris out of the hose first. Then you're going to take your pre-start right filter and you're going to attach the hose, just screw it on the bottom, and you're going to run it for about another 30 seconds to get the water flowing through the filter. Then inside the filter compartment of your hot tub, you're going to find a gray tube. You're just going to rest this inside the tube. This is how you're going to fill your spa because it prevents any air pockets from developing and it keeps the spa happy and healthy. So the ideal place to fill your spa tube is going to be above the top jet and below the pillow. That anywhere in there is your happy zone. So once you have the water filled, you're going to put your Vanishing Calcium Remover pillow inside. Now this item here will stay in the spa for 24 hours and you're going to want to flip it over after 12. So it looks like a pillow inside this box. You just place it on the intake valve on the bottom of your spa or the one closest to your filter compartment. Now this stage is important because you are going to turn on your spa. You're going to make sure that the output level is set to 0, meaning that the saltwater system is turned off at the moment and that the temperature is not on and heating. You're going to remain having cold water during these first few steps. So after the 12 hours, you flip the pillow over and you're going to wait for another 12. So now that your pillow has been in the spa for a full 24 hours, your calcium should be all removed and you should be good to go there. So the next step is you're going to take 2 bottles of our Metal Gone product. So this is going to help remove all the hard metals from the water, which is very important in the saltwater system. So these go into the cold water. They are poured as close to around the perimeter of the spa as you can get it, but you do not have to kill yourself making this perfect. Once the Metal Gone product is in the spa, you can now turn on the heat and set it to your desired temperature, and we're going to wait until it's heated up before moving on to the next step. So now that your spa is at temperature, we're going to take our test strips and we're going to do our first test. So right now we're going to focus on the pH of the water. Ideally, you want your pH to be between 7.2 and 7.8. So you may find that naturally your pH is a little high or a little low. That's okay. You're just going to use the pH up or pH down, spa up or spa down product. Same products, just different names to adjust your pH. So you're going to want to start with a small amount of product and work your way up because it may only take a little bit to get the pH in the ideal range. Once you have that pH where you want it, you're going to put in an entire bottle of Silky Smooth. So now this product is really great because it helps lock in the pH where it is and prevent it from fluctuating over the course of the next few months. So naturally the pH of your body is different than that of the water, so every time you were to get into the spa, you would be affecting the pH. So this just reduces the amount of additional product you need to be putting in. So now we're going to take the filter out real quick and we're just going to hose it down and give it a good rinse because we've killed all the minerals, taken all the metals out, and they've probably gone into the filter. So we'll just filter them on out with the hose and put the filter back in the spa. So now we're going to move on to our next step. So we're going to be adding the salt into our spa now. So every spa has a different requirement for salt based on its size. So you're going to be able to look at your info sheet, the water care sheet that you get with your spa, to reference how much salt you need. But if you have questions, lost the sheet, anything at all, just reach out and we'll let you know exactly what you need and send you another copy. So once you've added the appropriate amount of salt, you're going to take your salt test strips. Now these are different than your other test strips you use for testing the pH and the chlorine and everything. So make sure you have the salt ones here. So use the salt test strip and you want it to be 1,750 ppm. It does indicate right on your test strip and show OK for that number, so that's what you're looking for. Once you have that quantity of salt, we get to move on to the next step. So now we are going to turn on your salt system. The output level you want to set it to is going to be between 5 and 7 to start. Now this may change as you continue to use your spa, as you find your happy point based on the usage for you and your family, but ideally it's going to be between that 5 and 7 range. So it's good to know that the system will take a few days to get going and start creating its own natural chlorine from the salt. So you're going to want to do something called superchlorinate to begin. So you're going to add about an ounce of the Spa 56 chlorine into the spa until it tests these test strips here, 5 ppm. That way you know you've got enough chlorine in the spa to get going and you've jump-started your system. So now we're going to add in our mineral cartridge. So this guy right here uses 4 different natural minerals to help do some extra sanitation of the water and reduce the amount of chlorine that's required to keep it sanitary for you. Inside that little square is this blue square. So you can hear those little mineral pellets bouncing around inside. It's exactly what you want. You just drop this whole square into the filter compartment of your hot tub and you just let it float around and do its thing. No need to worry about it until the next time you drain, clean, and refill your spa. So the final stage of setting up your spa before you can hop in is going to be adding your non-chlorinated shock. This is called Renew. This is very important to know and to use because anytime you have a spa and you're using chlorine as your sanitizer or any sanitizer at all, it's going to kill and hold on to the organics and everything that it's attacking. But it's still in the spa with you even though it won't show up in your test strips. So what you do is the Renew grabs on and allows it to evaporate out of the spa for you, keeping it all extra sanitary and clean. What's really important to remember is anytime you use Renew, you turn your jets on and the cover open. That way it can evaporate out of the spa and it doesn't go directly into your cover. Congratulations, you've now set up your spa and you are ready to use it and enjoy. So now we're going to talk about your weekly use. So every week you're going to want to go out and test the levels of your spa. Even if you didn't use the spa that week, you always want to make sure you go out and give it a check. So you're going to take your test strips, you're going to check your chlorine levels, your calcium hardness, and your pH. All important that they maintain and stay in the proper values. And you may need to add a little bit of chlorine if you find your output level is low, or you may need to adjust your output level depending on your usage. If you have any questions or concerns there, please always feel free to reach out and we're happy to help based on your specific usage. So every month, you're going to want to make sure you take your filter out of the spa and you're going to give it a good clean. So now this is going to depend on which filter you have. If you have our High Life program and you're using the Tri-X filters, you can actually stick that filter directly in your dishwasher with no detergent. Make sure you pull it out before the dry cycle, but you can wash it just like that, easy as pie. If you do not have the High Life and the Tri-X filters, what you're going to do is you're going to take our Filter Clean solution, you're going to stick it in a 5-gallon bucket along with 4 gallons of water. You're going to mix it around and put your filter in there to soak for about 3 hours. Now when you take the filter out, make sure you rinse it off with the hose thoroughly with water so there's no solution left on the filter, and you can go ahead and pop it right back in your spa. You're good to go there. Now every 4 to 6 months with the saltwater system, you're going to want to drain, clean, and refill your spa. So what that means is you're going to drain the water completely, either using a sump pump or the piping built into the spa, whichever you prefer. Once the spa is completely empty, you can use either the Defender or the Spa Surface Cleaner product to clean the inside of the shower. And then finally, you're ready to start over, refill it, and get it going again. So that means we're going to start from the top of this video with the Start Right filter and go through this whole process again. So once you've done that, you're good to go and you are all set for your monthly care and your 4-month to 6-month care. Finally, we're going to talk about yearly. So every year it's really important that you do at least one purge. So that means using one of our purge products. So we have 2 different options for you. We have a bio ouster, which is a little more chemical heavy, but works in about 20 to 30 minutes. And you would put this product in, let it do its thing, drain it, refill it, and drain it again to make sure you get everything out of the spa. It does a really nice deep clean for you. Or if you have a little more patience and you want to go a little more natural, we have our Spa Cleanse product. So this is derived from seaweed and stays in the spa for about 3 to 5 days with the jets running periodically. Then you drain it, refill it, and drain it again to make sure you get everything out. And then you get to just clean the inside of the shell as if it was a regular drain, clean, and refill. Congratulations! You've gone through our entire water care lesson for the freshwater salt system. As always, never hesitate to reach out, call, or email us if you have any questions or concerns. We're happy to help at any time. Enjoy your spa!